Oh, all right. Hey, everybody, it's Monday night, and that means it's time for another episode of Effin Rager. Hey, everybody, this is Connor Clifton coming at you live in Houston, Texas with my good buddy and co-host, Ned Gale. Ned, how you doing today?
Oh, what's up, man? I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic today.
That's great. I'm glad to
having
hear.
A Monday.
Oh, yeah? What's a Monday like for you?
I don't know, just having one, you know.
Yeah.
No, it was a pretty easy day at work. I don't know, it was just a good day.
That's
great. The conversation was good. The food was good for lunch. The work day was good. What about you?
Well, you know, I had a Monday.
Just had a freaking Monday.
Yeah, no, early in the almond mines for me yet again, but it wasn't so bad. You know, I got off pretty early. I got to interview Rabbi Kenny Weiss, and
ooh, cool.
Yeah, you guys will be hearing from him later on in the month for a little segment that we're doing that we'll talk about in a moment here. But first, Ned, I gotta ask you, as I always do, how was your freaking weekend?
Oh, dude, my freaking weekend. My weekend was good. I went hard Friday night and then just kind of recovered the entire weekend.
We went bar hopping.
Yeah.
I had it in my mind
bar hopping with no plans of bar stopping. You know what I mean?
That's true. I had it in my mind all week. Hey, I really want to try a Mai Tai. I never had one before.
Oh, yeah.
And we went on a journey across the city to find me a bar where I could get a friggin' Mai Tai.
Yeah, every bartender we went to, they're like, nice Mai Tai. There's no Mai Tais here.
We finally got one at Voodoo Queen, and you know what? It was delicious. I enjoyed it. Probably never going to order it again. I'm not a rum man, you know?
Yeah.
I'm a whiskey boy and a beer drinker. That's me. What about you? What's your drink of choice?
My drink of choice? Man, I like anything with like a lot of... I like anything with like a lot of ginger beer in it or something like that. Like, give me a real spicy drink. That drink we were talking about a couple weeks ago that I got at... what was that bar again? Crap, Animator Drinks. What was it called? Cotton
Mouth.
Okay, well, wait until we introduce you, Rahul. But
we'll get to him.
No.
So you went to Cottonmouth?
Yeah. Oh, dude, thank you for remembering it, because no one else did.
Yeah.
That spicy drink I got there, no ginger beer in it, but that was like a nice spicy drink. Like, I like that stuff.
Ned, you were chugging Tabasco straight from the bottle.
What?
There was no alcohol in that. It must have fermented or something.
So you're telling me that other bartender that looked like another bottle of Tabasco sauce but was wearing cartoon little sunglasses and a little wicker hat
or something, my friend. Look, another thing we did this weekend was Sunday. We did a lot of tests for a show.
Oh.
That, hey, you may have heard it here first. You may have heard it here second, because we did an announcement yesterday.
There's no way you heard it yesterday.
Look, everybody, December 22nd, on Facebook Live, we are going to be live streaming from our house, a very special episode of Effin Rager Nights. It's going to be like our live show. We're going to have a lot of sketches, videos.
Yeah, it's not quite the live show. It's not quite the radio show. But you're going to tune in just the same. You can call in, but we're going to have several guests. We're going to be experimenting with some new technology that we can also screw up again.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the technical difficulties.
I am too, but I'm more looking forward to the technical successes.
Yes,
I think we're going to do a really great job. Everybody should watch it live, preferably, but hey, it's going to be up on YouTube if you can't make it for whatever reason. And we've got a lot of our really good friends coming in to help us with this. And speaking of one of our really good friends that's helping us with this, your guest for today is none other than friend of the podcast, friend of the show, and often frequenter of our living room, Rahul Rao. Hey, Rahul, how's it going, buddy?
Hi, everyone. Whoa.
Oh, wow, you're coming in low. Hang on a second here.
Give him that gain, baby. Ooh, gains are up.
Baby.
Yeah, there he is. There's that sweet voice.
All right, sorry about that.
Not that sweet. But thank you, Ned.
I think it's
so
sweet.
much. Oh, that's very sweet of you.
Sweet like a hunk of concrete.
Rahul, how are you doing? How was your freaking weekend?
I think it was good. I think it was mostly good. I hung out with you fellows for some of that weekend, but otherwise, I had to find.
So otherwise good. Besides hanging out with us.
Yeah. Always hanging out with you fellows is a treat. But outside of that, it was just as it usually is.
We wouldn't invite you over if we didn't want to hang out with you. We're rarely going to invite you over just to dunk on you.
We also like using your cool roller skates that you always bring.
Oh, yeah, this is true. I do always I'm always known for bringing roller skates.
How long have you been a professional roller skater?
Oh man, probably for about as long as I can remember owning roller skates.
What is the biggest difference between the personalities of a rollerblader and a roller skater?
Well, bladers or blade heads, as the roller skate community kind of calls them. Those guys they're a bit more intense about it. They're really into speed skating and stuff. But, you know, skaters, chill cash skaters, like we call it, we're just very into sort of having fun, disco stuff. We like to dance. We like to party.
Between, and sorry to make this so, like, cultural and stuff, but, like, you know how, like, in Rocket Power, the skaters called their haters shoobies?
Yes.
Do rollerbladers call people... like flatfoot or like slowfoot?
So we still call people shoebies, but you know, I think that's more of a socks with sandals thing at the end of the day.
Do you call them inline haters?
Yeah, yeah. There's lots of things we could call them that are probably not appropriate for this.
Now, I remember in high school you got in trouble a few times because you were a bit of a rough and tumbler with your rollerblading gang. What was the name of that gang that you were in?
Oh man, no, I cannot listen.
All right,
no, legal proceedings are still going on.
Okay, gotcha. Well, hey,
he is in the litness protection plan. That's why crud. That's fine. I ruined this bit.
That's fine.
Well, you know what?
Rock on the board.
We can move on to another bit. Look, Rahul. Let's just be totally transparent about this. We brought you in here for a reason.
Oh, okay.
Effin Rager, we've done a lot of party story shows. We've been hearing about a lot of people getting way too drunk, running from the cops, pooping their pants, all that stuff. And then one day I was like, hey, when are we going to grow up? When are we going to have this show? We've got a platform. Let's make it about something that actually friggin' matters.
Was this before or after you laughed at your own fart?
Both.
All right.
Well, it depends. Have I farted yet?
Well, yeah, which is, yes.
So then I laughed. There's no delay.
You're right.
It could happen on the show.
Facebook Live.
Yeah, it could happen on the show now. It won't, but it could. So we here at Effin Incorporated, we love talking about parties.
You guys are incorporated?
Oh my God.
And integrated.
Yeah.
Like physics and chemistry.
Yep. We know that.
Just like IPC, integrated physics and chemistry.
So we love talking about parties, and we decided let's talk about parties that aren't about just like getting drunk and making out and sinning.
Yeah.
Let's get away from sin. Let's get a little closer to God. Let's talk about holiday parties. Look, Effin Rager, on this war on Christmas, I stand on the happy holidays side.
Okay.
And that means all holidays. Every single last one of them.
And they have to be happy.
They have to be happy. And we're going to start with the happy holidays of Hinduism.
Oh, okay. So
you knew. Don't act so surprised. Don't just be like, oh, wow, my white friends are dropping this on me.
Yeah.
Whoa, what, we got a comment?
Evan is saying, are you really making PC jokes?
No, IPC jokes. And
No,
yes,
IPC jokes. So
100%. Evan, do you think this is a game? This is real life. In any case, yes.
Hey, IPC over ICP, am I right?
Hey, yeah.
I actually like ICP a lot. Integrated chemistries and physics.
Whoop.
Yep, okay.
Okay.
All right, but
It's from music.
no, I get it. I get it.
All right.
I know the
So
band.
let's talk
Okay.
about...
I know what band you're talking about.
Are they a band or are they a group?
Yeah, well,
They're-
listen.
They're actually family.
Yeah, trick question. And yes, Hindu holidays.
Yeah, Hindu holidays. I don't know. I know maybe what?
Evan just replied, okay, I understand.
Great.
Smart.
Okay, there are two Hindu holiday. Is it Hindu or Hindi? Let's get that right off the
Okay,
bat.
so Hindi is a language, Hinduism is a religion, and to be a Hindu is to be an adherent of Hinduism.
So properly it would be Hindu holidays.
Yes.
Okay.
Though also remember that India is a place where like they have a large denomination of many different religions as well. It's just that so happens since we're talking
Just like us.
Yeah. Yep. It just so happens that I was raised Hindu, so I have knowledge of Hindu holidays. But there are lots of observing Muslims and Christians and stuff too. Zoroastrians, that's a big culture that doesn't get a lot of shine, surprisingly. But like, yeah, Hindu holidays.
Okay. I know Diwali.
Okay, Festival of Lights.
Yes. What is Diwali? Look, these conversations
Hey,
need to happen.
you named more than I did, so
These conversations need to happen.
No,
these are uncomfortable conversations that we're gonna get through.
It's not that uncomfortable. I suppose what's uncomfortable is that we've known each other for such a long time, and yet, like, you've only saved asking me about this for your radio show.
I had a feeling from the moment I met you. I was like, now's not the time. There's gonna come a day where I need to ask him about this.
Okay.
and then Sunday on our deck.
Also, to be quite fair, you never talk about it.
This is true.
You talk about your culture, you talk about your upbringing, but you never quite talk about Hinduism and the faith that you were raised in.
And I suppose it's fair. I'm not particularly observant of any of the holidays. However, my parents and my family are, and I do feel some sort of social or familial obligation towards them, so I participate in them. But yeah, I mean, there's a whole lexicon of holidays throughout the year that we celebrate. Diwali, specifically, it's the Festival of Lights, right? The entire idea is that you are basically trying to illuminate, turn on as many lights as you possibly can. It's all in observance of, like, ancient traditions. It could be a god of light, or it could be the original true god Brahma. There's a lot of religious mythology wrapped in it, but basically it's just like, light is good, light is pure, we associate light with positive things, therefore we should have a festival for it. And Diwali, there's a lot of fun. I mean, festivals in India are generally just like way more fun than religious observances in America.
What makes the festival so like?
Oh, okay. So
how does it become a rager?
So
right, guys?
Yeah. So Diwali is a like. For us who observe it in America, it's maybe only like a one-night thing. In India, it lasts for like 4 days. And during those 4 days, there is just like this increase of party and mayhem that just happens.
Whoa.
Until it reaches
laws
like...
slowly drip away, and by the fourth day, a naked skeleton of men.
Kind of, yeah. By the fourth day, everyone is really, really drunk and inebriated on this... special concoction called bang, which is a yes, it sounds like that.
How is it spelled?
BHANG.
Okay.
But it is a milk-based drink that has a bunch of marijuana in it. And they just give that to you. They give it out. They give it out to children. They give it out to whoever. But they give you that. They get you drunk. Everyone gets you fed. And then everyone also has a bunch of fireworks that they just throw in the street.
It sounds like a nightmare.
Kind of. It's almost hellish if it weren't just such a rollicking good time.
Sounds like 6th Street.
Yeah, so
Don't worry, the children can't get hurt. We gave them bong.
Yeah, we gave them that, and then we also gave them like a pound of fireworks to just like light. So yeah, that's Diwali in a nutshell in terms of celebratory effects. Its religious significance is a bit more. There's a lot of like mythology and history that I'd have to go into, and that's a bit too much for this show.
Wait, no, that's what we want to get into.
That's why you're here.
Well, okay, so like.
This show is no longer surface level.
Oh, all right.
We are moving past it.
I did call the celebration a rager, so there's still some of that.
There's right? And then, like, to be fair, Diwali is, again, only, like, one holiday in the larger pantheon of holidays that I participate in through the year with my parents, right? Diwali is, again, only once a year. There's also Holi. That's probably the more famous one. And that's the Festival of Colors.
The color one, yeah.
And, you know, everyone... that is basically kind of the same thing. Maybe not.
I've seen a lot of sororities celebrate that.
Yeah, that perhaps the unfortunate part of appropriation, but I think it's fine, and I think that they're doing it in a correct way, even though that it's like very far removed from the actual religious significance of it. But like, yeah, that festival is literally just everyone kind of having fun and partying for like a day or two, which culminates in this event where everyone runs to the center of town and throws colored powder on each other. And the colors, of course, symbolize like a bunch of things. There are different colors for different.
This is why it's so different from America. See, these colors don't run.
Yeah. No, in Holy, in fact, the colors run very hard, but they stain all your clothes. So you're supposed to wear all white beforehand, and then all the colors of the.
No, we have Gwar.
Yeah. I mean, you've been to a Gwar show. You've been to several, so you know.
Man, I was gonna say that like if sororities are taking this like way too far. Wait until see what my dad's paintball league does.
Ooh, wow. Yeah.
To the sororities. He's going to jail for assault.
They hate that. They hated when Gwen Stefani wore a bindi, and they hate when the sororities do holy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hate it.
Honestly, like
Yali.
Yeah. The holy thing actually is catching on quite. Like
I see it all over Facebook and Instagram.
It happens all the time.
I've seen it in advertisements for like Chromebooks and crap.
Yeah, right? Like,
oh yeah.
It's a very well-known holiday. Yeah, I mean,
but what's it about? Why do you do it?
So Holy is done because so there's a combination of, there are some specific gods that have a lot of colors, and they're represented by being very colorful, so it's a tribute to them. But then there is also stories of like a sage who achieved transcendence into the higher realm of existence by using colors, and we celebrate his life. That's the other thing
like
about
Ocarina of Time.
The thing is, Connor, is that like the Hinduism is a religion that's persisted for thousands of years, and like no one's got a accurate story on why things are. Like,
is there a main religious text that
there's
the holidays take their root in? The stories and myths about them?
So there's the Bhagavad Gita, right? But consider this, that the holidays that I celebrate are really only like regional to me because I'm South Indian. The holidays that a North Indian person would celebrate might be different than mine, or the ways in which they celebrate it might be different. Major religious Hindu occurrences like Holi, Diwali, Shiva Navaratri, and then Lakshmi Navaratri. Those are like the four major things that everyone in India celebrates because they're nationally recognized holidays, right? But again, you're talking about a country that has such a wide diaspora of people that there are so many regional and village-specific holidays and religious observances that happen too. There are some people who only do Diwali for like a night, like we do, and then there are some people who go for like the whole 4 nights. There are some sects of Hinduism that go for like an extended period of like a fortnight to go through the religious ceremony required of it. And then there is also the way that some people choose to interpret those levels of religious text, and the way that they also choose to adhere to them as well. Like, if I were to visit family in India, the way that they would do like Shiva Navaratri, which happens in like the middle of the year, and that is like basically a religious ceremony to praise the Shiva, the god of creation and destruction, and also an amazing dancer, and that's a big deal.
Yeah, destroying the dance floor.
Yeah. Oh ha, you goof. Yeah. Man, I'm sorry. Oha's comment just really like threw me.
Well, read it so the podcast can at least know what the context is.
Oha said "sex of Hinduism," but SEX, like a comedian that she is. But I lost my train of thought when that happened. Do you remember where we were?
You were talking about the.
Oh wow!
Man, now
no, yeah.
Well,
no, I'm thinking of sex. Oh, cool.
You were discussing the different villages that celebrate differently.
To try and kind of, I guess ultimately the point that I'm trying to get at is that to try and kind of like break down why these things happen is a harder thing for me to tell you than to just simply tell you like what goes on in them. Because the whys are kind of have been lost to time, as it were. Thousands of years, and just like people reinterpreting and misinterpreting over that period of time kind of like dilute what actually things are about, right? I mean, consider y'all are super familiar with Christmas, right?
Yeah. It's right around the corner, and we've been good all year.
It's when I get the most presents.
I think I'm sure both of you are aware of this, like Christmas is rooted in original traditional pagan holidays.
What?
Nope.
No.
Okay, okay. All right,
God and Santa, high five.
I got to hit the dump button.
Yeah.
No, of course, the Saturnalia.
Yeah. So, I mean, what is celebrated now as Christmas is a far cry from what actually is celebrated. And the reasons that it is celebrated now are considered valid reasons by, I guess, religious institutions, but then it's also been proven by historians that like those dates are inaccurate as well. So December 25th is a celebration of Christmas now is kind of like this amalgamation of a bunch of different things from like sources that we kind of know but no longer really interact with on the same level. And it's the same way in India, right? Like the people that inscribed these religious texts and created these sort of religious doctrines, they are generations removed from us, so we can't really like ask them anymore.
Do you feel like how since the origins of these holidays have become so diluted that the appropriation we were talking about, does that make it less offensive to you personally? Because you said that that's the bad side.
Yeah. I mean, so on a personal level, I find that like appropriation of a culture without due acknowledgement or respect given towards that culture, that is where I consider it a problem. But like sorority kids just going through the motions of like the festival of Holi and not even really going through like what else kind of is entailed in Holi, but rather just like the fun throwing color part. It's fine. It's a version of appropriation that doesn't do any particular harm to me or my culture, and it does give a lot of people that experience of like, oh, okay, well maybe I do want to research why this happens.
Yeah, it's an extension of the celebration.
Yeah,
that kind of opens the eyes to other people.
It's kind of one of those gateway celebrations.
Now, we've talked about God and spiritual issues before,
sure.
And this great golf game of the path to heaven. You consider yourself a non-golfer, I would say.
Yeah,
you don't get involved. How do you look back on your upbringing in Hinduism as a non-believer now? Were you a believer growing up?
Well, so I don't think I ever really truly believed in it.
Damn.
Much like, well, see, when I look at it now from an educated perspective, college educated, when I look at it now from the perspective of having learned more about my culture and my religion, right? I am kind of disappointed in myself for rejecting it so outright. But the reality of it is that I grew up in America in a very hard time to be like a brown person, and it was difficult to kind of like try to assimilate and still maintain, and I opted to just go whole hog and assimilate, you know? Which meant that I ended up like turning my back on a lot of things that I've grown to appreciate now in life. How it affected me growing up is probably it's weird because it's like you gotta constantly go through this thing of like, oh, I don't want my lunch to smell weird because it will smell weird because someone will say something about it. Oh, I don't want to be going in traditional garb because someone's going to say something bad about it, or stuff like that always happens. But holiday-wise, it was never really an issue, because the other thing about Hindu holidays is like they give gifts all the time. Any of those holidays, they'll give you something. So like
Yeah, it sounds like at the end of that 3-day drinking festival, people are like, "Here, take it, take my kid."
It's more bong.
Yeah, it's like it's fun. Like,
Oha says, "Whoa, I really identify with that."
oh hey, yeah, I'm sure you probably do. Yeah, it's crazy, man, to think about it now, and to think about like how reluctant I was to even accept that, and yet how willing I was to just engage in the behavior simply because like I was rewarded something. I think that's how a lot of kids kind of get inundated into religion, right?
No.
Oh, really?
No, it's never the rewards. It's always the guilt.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's the threat of hell.
See,
Yeah.
Ned and I both have like extreme hell guilt.
I've got that hella Catholic guilt still.
And I've got
Yeah.
Episcopalian Catholic mom guilt.
Whoa.
But I'm still just, yeah, when we picked on kids growing up, which I never did.
Oh, yeah, okay.
If we picked on a kid.
That's why we're comedians now.
People, yeah, I got picked on. But the teachers would say, if you do this again, you're going to hell.
Whoa.
Straight up, like, can't.
Whoa.
And they would say that without, further
Dang.
continuing unless you ask for forgiveness from.
Man, that's
God.
really crazy, because I've heard about that anecdotally, having never grown up. Hinduism is like so chill, you guys.
We went to high school together. You came to my house. Didn't you see how many crosses were everywhere?
I did, but
That was less decoration and more just like God is always
Connor,
over you.
we lived in Cypress, Texas. That was literally every one of my white friends. like that meant nothing to me. And I got a lot of questions about that too, where it was just like, so you're Hindu? So what's that like? So you believe in Jesus Christ? I got a lot of those
You
questions.
hanging out with the FFA?
Yeah, dude. That was half the school.
Me too, actually. Yeah.
Man, that is really so wild. There is no such thing as Hindu guilt. You were taught that like guilt is this weird thing that you shouldn't feel, because like if you're doing the right thing, then you won't feel bad about it.
Wait, your parents never guilt tripped you or passive aggressive with you?
Oh no, they do that, but that's outside of the religious.
okay.
Yeah.
There's no.
They're not using a higher power.
That's just parent
Anything
crap.
higher
Okay.
than them just being
Yeah.
larger. Yeah.
They're just talking about like whenever I would mess up, they'd be like, "Oh, you're just gonna fail and be a deadbeat." But there was never any like threat of hell or like I don't know, any sort of insistence that I'm gonna go to like this awful, terrible place. Not even that. The worst place that my parents have ever said I was gonna go was prison, and like that happened. So
Yeah.
shouts out.
I think, the use of guilt as a tool definitely came from the necessity to just consolidate power within the church, because they all had leadership
Whoa.
and structures of leadership. Are there any Hindu parallels to that?
So it wasn't necessarily.
Do you have a pope or something like that?
There are no real. There are like gurus and stuff, but there are no like head religious authorities like that.
Okay.
There are lots of people who have interpreted Hinduism in different ways and have gained like very large followings. Like the cult that's basically my parents are a part of is all based off of one guy who had built, like, using money from charity and like donations, built like a city and a bunch of hospitals and stuff. So I think that guy is a good version of it. But then there are other guys who sort of do a similar thing, but then they're also like, I'm pro-gay conversion therapy and all this other weird stuff, right? And then when we talk about that, I guess to sort of even draw a little bit more parallel, it's not necessarily that that power is sort of given to the Pope, and that Pope kind of like, if you do a wrong thing, something bad is going to happen to you. it's more of like this weird insidious way of like, if you do something wrong, you're not going to be able to achieve the results that you wanted to and make sure that you attain nirvana in
What
this
kind
life.
of Montessori crap is that? Give me the guilt, baby.
Hey,
that's the only way to
Tie my legs up.
Listen, that might, all that heavy guilt, whips and chains and bondage to the Lord thing might work for y'all, but some really subtle like chisme goes a long way. And that's like a Latin term that I have appropriated because it works really well in this
Do you guys have like a weekly mass or service? Mm-hmm. You do?
Yeah, well, so normally religious gatherings, going to a temple, right? And that's kind of the thing that everyone assumes that Hindus do, is like go to temple, which is true, we do, but you only go to temple like maybe 6 times out of the year. Most of your religious studies take place in like a group or out of your home. And I went to like a Sunday school, the equivalent of that. And the first hour and a half of that was just like us doing the equivalent of Bible study, and then the adults doing the same thing. Everyone kind of doing that, and then we all meet for devotional singing for like 2 hours. And then maybe depending on if someone cooked or something, they'll give us dinner. But usually we would just like drive back home. And again, the only reason that I ever wanted to go to those was because my dad would buy me Jack in the Box afterwards. So like, and I got to see my friends, and we got to like talk about video games and stuff. Oh, we have
we're
a call.
getting a call. Hang on.
Oh yeah.
Hi, you're on Effin Rager.
Hi, this is Bobby Baby Boy Segovia calling. How you guys doing?
Oh, hi, Bobby. It's a
Doing
long
good.
time, first time.
Yeah, so quick question. I was just wondering, what's your favorite Christmas song?
Oh, mine?
Everybody.
Oh, okay.
Last Christmas,
Really?
I gave you my heart.
Pero the very next day, you gave it away.
Oh no, actually, mine's Little Drummer Boy.
Little Drummer Boy?
Yeah. Pam pam pam. Pam.
Real cool, man.
All right, what's
I
yours?
like the Entourage song.
yeah.
You like the what?
The
The what?
Entourage theme song?
The Entourage theme song.
You like the Entourage theme song?
Yeah, I'm a big brother, so it reminds me of my little brother.
Oh, that's sweet.
E, Turtle, Vinny, all those guys.
All the guys.
All of your little brothers.
Man, you think they're gonna
Yeah.
do? You think they're gonna do like a Funny or Die or some sponsored content of Entourage cast getting together again for the Aquaman movie coming out?
What's Funny or Die?
You're out of here, buddy. Okay, actually, his question does lead me to something. You are so heavily, all of us are so heavily inundated by all of this Christmas music, Christmas carols, Christmas specials.
Hold on. Just for the record, All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey is my favorite song. Continue.
I thought it was Jolly Good King Wenceslas.
No, I really do like Good King Wenceslas, though.
Well, we had talked about it before, so as soon as I heard the question, I was like, I know Rahul. So I'm shocked and appalled.
You thought you knew me. You think you know me.
So you're just inundated with all of this stuff. How does that feel? Are you
Man.
over it by now? Are you still sick of it? Have you ever been sick of it?
It was weird because, like, when I was growing up, I really enjoyed how in my face it was, because I was like, yeah, I'm not Hindu. I'm just an American who celebrates Christmas.
I drink Coca-Cola with a polar bear.
Yeah, I do all those things. Now, while it is definitely much, the reality of it is that my family doesn't celebrate Christmas, but we do kind of get together around the holidays. And not all my family likes to get together with everyone. I mean, I don't go to like any events, but like Christmas, I do make like now that I'm an adult and I can go wherever I want to go. I do make more of an effort to attend that Christmas function, or present day as we call it, because it's basically
That's what it is.
yeah. I mean, we followed the same kind of things. Like people get each other gifts. If you want to get someone a gift, I usually don't really get anyone anything except for my dad and my mom. Other than that, it's just whatever. Maybe my nephews or something, because they're big into like video games nowadays. yeah, we just give each other gifts and we maybe have dinner. But there's no like. Sometimes my sister will have a Christmas tree or something.
What's up? What you got?
Evan said, Mariah for life.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. And yes, Evan, 2 hours of singing. Then that was like every Sunday that we did that. And I attended those for 14 years before I got into a really big fight with my mom and was like, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't even believe in God, which wasn't true. I just wanted to stay at home and play video games.
Do you believe in God?
That's a tough question.
It is.
That's why we asked it.
I mean,
Sorry, I just did the math on that. That's 1,456 hours of singing.
There you go.
Before you're like, nah.
I spent about 300 of those singing myself. So, like, yeah. Yeah, man. I was so done with it. Yeah, I don't know, man. Religion's weird. God's weird. I don't know if God exists now, but I think he used to.
What? You think God's dead?
No.
Are you saying that God is dead?
I'm sorry. Have you seen God is Not Dead?
No.
And God is Not Dead too?
Still not dead?
I saw the first one. I was part of the viral text message campaign that happened with the first one.
Oh, what happened?
Well, we basically had to text everyone in our phone that God's not dead.
If you don't text 10 people that God's
not dead, God will actually die.
That's why you sent that to me?
Yeah.
I thought you were just on one.
on a rager? No.
The homie was sipping his bong.
Hey.
All right, look, this show would not be what it is if we didn't get at least some party stories in there.
Okay.
I want to hear about some of the Diwali, some of the holy.
Shiver. Okay, listen, man.
Or yeah, I guess did you celebrate those holidays?
So in America, celebration of those holidays isn't really a party like it is in India. In America, that celebration basically, if I wanted to go do the holy stuff, I could probably go onto a campus and do it. They have like the Indian Students Organization. If I wanted to go to like a Diwali celebration, the Sri Meenakshi Temple in Pearland has one every year. But there are... the way that we kind of celebrate in America is just really go to the temple, go to a priest, you go to the specific god or goddess that we're celebrating that day. We'll give the priest some money, they'll do some prayers, spend some time there, walk around the temple, and that's it. Maybe get some food afterwards, and that's kind of how we celebrate it. None of that sort of crazy stuff that goes on. I don't have any... I have maybe like... I honestly don't even have any like crazy stories about religious
It
holidays.
doesn't have to be crazy. It could be a cherished memory, a moment where you look back and thought, that was the best Diwali. That was the best.
Oh, hey, we're getting a phone call.
Oh, okay.
Thank God.
Hi, you're on Effin Rager.
Hi, this is God.
Oh, no, he's back.
I heard what you guys were saying earlier. I'm not dead.
Crud.
No, I never said you were dead. Hold up. All I wanted to say was that you probably left. Because, I mean, who wouldn't? I'm an awful person.
Well, let him explain himself.
Yeah.
Itself. Themselves.
No. Okay, thanks. No, I misunderstood. You know how a lot of that going on in the last couple thousand years. No, I get really, that Nietzsche? German guy.
Yeah,
thank you.
Friedrich.
No, he's not my favorite. No, but I just, I did take off for a while. I've been busy. There's a lot of galaxies.
Oh, can you tell us about those galaxies?
Yeah. I just haven't been paying a lot of attention, but yeah, I'm around.
Oh, that's good to know. I am thinking of you. Maybe not always, but I am thinking of you.
Hey, God, I know no one's probably ever asked you this, but what do you want for Christmas?
My goodness, that is so sweet. Oh, gosh. I mean, what do you get for the being who has everything, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
That's kind of what we want to know.
Right. Well, I am really, really into those collector cups.
Oh, like the Star Wars ones?
No. I'm old school. I like the 80s, the Flintstones.
Hanna-Barbera stuff.
Do you like The Simpsons? I have a Mo Sizlak beer plastic. It's not glass, but it looks like glass. I'd be more than happy to throw it towards the sky for you.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, that would really... Yeah, throw it real hard. I'm really, really, really high up there.
Do you still... Here's the thing I wanted to ask about this. Do you still accept, ritualistic sacrifice? So we could do that to the cup, too. I know that's been a while since you've done that, but...
I mean, I don't like gore, so ritualistic sacrifice of an inanimate object, that would be cool. I went through a real goth phase 2,000 years ago, so I'm
no, we remember.
No animals, no bloody stuff, don't even squish bugs. Yuck.
Hey, you got it, 100%.
So, yeah, for Christmas, everybody, this year, just smash valuable glass. That would be a jam.
Hey, you got it, 100%. Thank you, God.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Bye, God.
Bye, God. God is such a sweetheart.
Hey, to be fair, I was sucking up to God because of the Catholic guilt.
All right, so you've got no good memories growing up of Diwali or Holi?
No, well, there aren't any, No, not really. Honestly, the only times we ever go to temple nowadays, and this is unfortunate, is for celebration of a holiday or a family member dies. And I don't. Holiday fun is not a thing that has ever really happened for me in life.
Wait, any holiday? Period?
Maybe hanging out with my family during present day Christmas time. But even then, that just really entails me having a bit too much sangria.
And what about when you're in the backyard with us on 4th of July and we're kicking it near a grill?
Yeah, but that's not a religious holiday that you asked me to be on the show.
It could be.
It's the religion of friendship.
Call.
Oh, another call? What's up?
Oh, cool.
Hi, you're on Effin Rager.
Hi, can I place an order for the buffalo chicken pizza, 1 large, and also the Memphis barbecue chicken?
Do you have any barbecue chicken on us?
Yeah, I think I can do that for you.
Yeah.
Can I get your address, please?
Jalapenos on that, too?
Yeah.
And a side order of hot wings.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so we just need your social security number first, and then your address.
Mm-hmm. Can I give you my cousin? Kind of on the radar.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
All right. It is 000 1 2 0 0 0.
Okay, great. And what about your address?
How do we just hang up?
Could you just send it to the curve of? I'm lost.
You're out.
And that's why I run the board, and you should never ever touch it again.
I'm sorry. Oh yeah, okay. Thanks.
Hey man, my religion is this mixing board.
I've been doing this for a while.
Oh man.
Yeah, okay.
Just like I knew never to ask you about your upbringing until tonight, I knew exactly when to end the phone call.
Timing is everything.
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 All right.
Okay.
So, I guess.
Oh, we got another call.
Oh, man.
The phone's is hot.
Yeah. Hi, you're on Effin Rager.
My God's not dead, surely alive. He's living on the
It's him!
inside, roaring like a
It's
lion.
the singing guy!
Not dead, he's surely alive, living on the inside.
Look, this guy calls in.
like a lion.
No.
You know about
I'm
singing guy?
trying to listen to this guy so I can get a voice. Oh, you.
Like a lion.
Hey, you got.
So what I want for Christmas is God's Not Dead.
It's Jack.
on Blu-ray.
It is Jack. Is this Jack?
Yeah.
Jack, are you the guy who's been calling and singing?
Say again?
Are you the guy who's been calling in all the time and singing?
No. But I heard God's Not Dead, and then I wanted to sing the
Hang
song.
up on this schlub.
I love you, Jack, and I hope it is you.
Man, I keep thinking it's Jack, and every now and then it slips away. Maybe it is.
We'll have a talk offline. You know, I've got some theories about this. And if you have theories, don't call in. We're getting too many calls. But comment in.
Hey, I mean...
no, you can call. You can call if you want to.
All right. So, Rahul, you've been growing up in America. You're
living in America. Eye to eye. Coast to coast.
I'm glad you made that joke because several times when you were pouring your heart out, I was like, oh, don't do it yet. Don't do it
yet. Yeah. Hey, I love James Brown.
Oh, God, that got me good. Okay. All right. So, you're removed from your faith. You don't...
Pretty much.
I'm sorry. There's just... someone's calling.
Oh, Lord.
Hi, thank you for calling Effin Rager. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, you're on air?
Well, this is Satan.
Oh, man.
Whoa.
What's up, dude? Been a bit.
Dude, hail yourself, brother.
And I mean, I'm just wondering why you guys haven't talked about me. You've been talking about God all night.
Ooh. Oh, man.
Look, dude, Micro Satan's dead, all right? He's not coming back. I don't know.
Micro Satan's not dead.
Did you just hang up on Satan?
Yeah, because he's a friggin' devil, dude.
I play in a rock and roll band. I need that dude.
Get him on your own time, all right? We're talking about holidays, not helly days. I don't want that.
Yeah,
Hella days. It's talking about 80 degrees in Houston, or 90, I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, this week it sure was.
Man, now that Satan's not here, not even my jokes are good. I had a lot of writing on that dude.
Oh, dang. Then why are you sweating so much? The devil's gone. All right.
Dang, Ned, you thought
Catholic
you were funny?
guilt. Yeah.
Not a chance in hell.
Whoa. And the devil may be gone, but Ned just got burned.
Roasted.
This isn't funny, guys.
I'm so sorry.
No, this is great. Keep going.
Roast him, roast him.
You have a stupid face and butt.
Yes, this roast is hot like the fires of hell. I'm getting funny again.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I had to breathe. I moved away from the mic to breathe.
All right, Rahul, you don't connect with your upbringing. You don't quite connect with the Christian holidays. I mean, you do gift day,
Yeah.
so there's some tangential connection there.
Sure.
But what holidays in America are you all about?
I am all about?
I've never seen you wear a Halloween costume.
Oh, I've worn a Halloween
I've seen
costume.
him dressed
Yeah.
up. He was. Well, that wasn't him. It was somebody who was Daft Punk and not Rahul.
Yeah, there was a guy who I let borrow my clothes that was Daft Punk.
Yeah, okay.
He was cool.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I mean, I like Halloween. I mean, I don't know, any occasion where I get to hang out with my friends and we get to do cool stuff together. I think that's fun. And I don't need a holiday to do that. And I kind of do that whenever. So I have no real affiliation for them. I like Christmas time and Thanksgiving time because you guys are off of work and stuff, and we're all off of work, and we can hang out during the day.
Thanksgiving's definitely the favy of the community.
Friendsgiving.
Friendsgiving
is...
speaking of connecting, it looks like we got another caller on to connect on.
Hey, you're on Effin Rager.
You're still the one that I love.
This is singing, guys.
The only one I'm dreaming of. You're still the one I kiss good night.
Still the one.
He keeps... This is the guy.
This is our holiday miracle. This is the holiday miracle.
No,
that's been
the real miracle is finding out his freaking name.
No, I don't want to find out. I want it to be an angel.
Get my head out of the sand, 'cause I think we make a good team.
Keep my fingernails clean. But that's just a stupid dream now.
All right,
This is my religion. This is the holiday I celebrate, is when this person calls.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, he hung up.
Whoa.
I'm going to find out who the hell that guy is.
Hey, can I
Hey, don't out yourself. This is coming from Ned. Connor wants to know. Ned does not want to know.
Hey, can I tell you I have a very solid idea?
Okay, tell us offline.
Yeah,
Hang on, let me pull
100%.
up the serial theme song. Well, cool. Yeah, I mean, Friendsgiving. We'll do it sometime.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, man. It's the holidays are about hanging out with your loved ones, and I get the opportunity to hang out with my loved ones whenever I can call them.
Oh, so, yeah. Hey, I said it at the top of the show. I'll say it again. Having you in the house is always a treat.
Oh, certainly.
I pay half the rent, so if I didn't want you there, I could definitely, puff my chest out.
Oh, no. I'd sign off on it immediately. No.
It's fine.
No, we love having your own.
I'm awful and terrible, but it's okay.
Nah, you're great, Rahul. We love having you on the show. We love having you in the house. We just love you, man.
Oh, thank you so much.
Now it's time for our last segment of the show. Ooh, unless you got anything else you want to say.
Favorite.
No, can I sing it this time?
He's a frequent guest.
Sure.
Let's all sing it together.
Yeah.
But I won't.
Okay, that's fine.
So you want to take this one?
Well, we can sing it together. I like a duet.
All right. Here we go.
I want a new plug. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what you're doing after we sing this song.
All right, Rahul, what do you got to plug?
Okay, so I got to plug Coyote Bloodbath, the poetry project. I got to plug Neo Benchy because it's happening tomorrow, but especially I want to plug the Coyote Bloodbath thing. January 12th, I'm playing a show with the legendary Sandy Ewan.
Whoa, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah, I would gently suggest you guys to attend that.
Where's that show?
3518 Griggs, Beyonce's Garage, baby. Yeah, $5 at BYOB, January 12th. I'll be posting more stuff about it.
And where can we follow you?
Coyote Bloodbath at COYOTEBLOODBATH.
And someone during this said that you should have a podcast. Why don't you plug that?
Well, it's actually funny that you mentioned that because I do it in my podcast. My podcast is entitled Let's Compare Notes. It's a music review and discussion podcast. I have people like Ned and Connor on there who have both had episodes that I really enjoyed, and they're my friends, and I like them, and I like talking to them about tunes. And if you like hearing me talk about tunes, you can check that out. Let's Compare Notes at wordpressblog.com. Or you can just go to my Instagram at Coyote Bloodbath. All the links are there.
Bang.
All right, Ned, you got anything to plug?
The Stacks is coming up this Sunday. So I had a show and then it didn't work out.
Yeah, no.
The Stacks is coming up this Sunday at Station Theater. You can, of course, find The Stacks on iTunes or Stitcher or anyohere that is, but just find The Stacks on Facebook and you'll find more information about that.
Do you guys have a guest this week?
I'm not actually sure who the guest is yet.
Oh, fun.
We should figure that out. But also, let's talk about this. Or do you have anything to plug? And then we'll do our joint plug.
Yeah, but I don't want you guys to know about it.
Oh, whoa.
Is this about our bath drain? Just plug it already. Take a bath.
Plug it in.
It's like, look, I've got an invite only kind of thing, and you got to be in the know to know,
Wow. Are we in the know, or are our listeners in the know?
If you got to ask to be in the know, the answer is no. You don't know.
Okay.
But if you don't know, now you know. Person.
God, look, I got nothing to plug.
Okay.
Except for what we said at the top of the show, the friggin' Effin Rager Nights.
Guys, Effin Rager on Facebook is where it's at right now. It's hot, it's popping. I'm sure you're already watching the radio show on there. If you're not, it's a cool way to do it because you get to see the video, you get to chat with all the wonderful people in the chat room. And when this show comes up, it's going to be a completely different game, baby. You're part of the show. December 22nd, Effin Rager Facebook. Follow it. Live it.
Yo, you guys, this is going to be so exciting. As an outside observer, this is going to be so tight.
Well, you're part of it, baby.
Yeah, look, we've got some great talent coming in for this show, okay? We've got Cody Dale Edgar as one of the guests.
Yes.
We've got Finger Food, Alicia Escobar and Delia Diaz. They're a comedy troupe up in Chicago. They perform at IO Theater. They're coming down to be a part of the show. We've got a phenomenal production staff and writing crew. We've got Jack Killen. We've got Nick Merriweather, Antoine Colbreth, Rahul Rao, and Joe Faladori.
I'm sorry. Guys, can I say there might also be some wacky and wild surprises? There's so much that could happen.
Oh my God, careful, don't spoil it for everyone. Jeez. Look, you're going to have to watch this show. It's going to be the reason for the season. Move over Christmas. If you're in town, don't go out to the bar where you're going to run into everybody you went to high school with. Stay home, get a six-pack. Watch Effin Rager Nights. Watch us live. Comment, call in. Venmo us.
Yes.
Whatever you want to do.
Do whatever you want.
And hey, if you're out there and you own a local business, we are looking for sponsors. All right. Hey, that's our show, everybody. Thank you all so much for listening. Rahul Rao, thank you so much for being on.
Love you guys.
Love you too, buddy. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.